We got a new Kalki trailer here in front of us. Kalki 2898 AD trailer Telugu. Prabhas, Amitabh Bachchan, Kamal, Haasan, Deepika, Ashwin. Just reading the title. So, yeah, let's just get into this. Here we go.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I thought I was going to read off the whole thing in the description just to be as respectful as possible so I don't offend anybody's sensibilities. But it's like, y'all know who's in the movie. Here we go.
Does look kind of Star Warsy, huh?
It does.
ఈ భూమి మీద మొదటి నగరం
ఈ వరల్డ్ లో చివరి నగరం కాశీ
Wow.
Yeah, definitely a Star Wars vibe.
భూమిని మొత్తం
That futuristic Dune landscape.
Yeah, it's got a lot of influences for sure.
ఉన్నది కాంప్లెక్స్ ఒకటే దేవుడు ఒక్కడే సుప్రీం యాస్కిన్
Yo,
ఎంత మందిని
the
రక్షించొచ్చో తెలుసా
scale is crazy.
I know.
ఒక్కడే 6000 సంవత్సరాల క్రితం కనిపించింది ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఆ పవర్ వచ్చింది
Oh.
ఇక వెలుగు వచ్చే సమయం అయింది
He's from
Kahani.
Kahani. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
ప్రాణంలో ఇంకో ప్రాణం.
The music's very epic.
మామూలు ప్రాణం కాదమ్మా సృష్టిని నేను కాపాడుతా
దీన్ని ఎలాగైనా
Whoa.
ఆపితేరాలి
What the?
పొద్దున్నే ఫైట్ అండ్ బుజ్జి ఎంత మంచి కళ ఉన్నాను తెలుసా
That's cool. Okay.
మనం కాంప్లెక్స్ లో
Wow.
ఉన్నామంట
1 మిలియన్ యూనిట్స్ ఉన్నాయని దగ్గర
ఏమీ లేవు
నాలాంటి ఎంత మందికి నువ్వు అక్కడ హీరో తెలుసా?
What?
యూనిట్స్ ఎక్కువ ఇస్తారా
Dang, girl.
జస్ట్ నువ్వంటేనే ఇష్టం భైరవా.
Hello.
ఒకటే ఒక సైడ్ నీ సైడ్
భైరవా 5 స్టార్ బౌంటీ. లెట్స్ గో.
హై
Wow. Okay.
పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే నేను ఒక్కడనే ఆ అమ్మాయిని తీసుకురాగలను
అంత ష్యూర్
రికార్డ్స్ చూసుకో ఎంతవరకు ఒక్క ఫైట్ కూడా ఓడిపోలేదు
ఈ యుద్ధం మళ్ళీ మొదలైనట్టుంది
ఇది కూడా ఓడిపోను
Oh, wow. So he's like as strong as Amitabh Bachchan or stronger? Dang! Get it.
It's definitely got a Gandalf vibe to him.
Yes. If Gandalf was like a badass fighter.
ఇంకా తొలి ఊపిరి కూడా తీసుకొని ఈ బిడ్డ కోసం ఇంకెంత మంది చనిపోవాలి?
What?
భయపడకు మరో ప్రపంచం వస్తుంది
Wow.
Just like Yash and violence, sometimes criticisms I can't avoid. So, but, I will start with the positive.
Okay.
I really appreciate the scale. I think that my criticisms are very small, just so you know. I think that the scale is cool. The effects are cool. Because you never know what you're gonna get. I know that some people were critical of like 2.0 when that came out, but the only word I can think of is I was forgiving. They spent a lot of money to get it to where it was. And so my expectations are actually lower going into Kalki, thinking, it can't be Star Wars. It's
Right.
a different budget, different.
It's a different budget, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's definitely a different type of movie for India.
So that said, I'm actually impressed with what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
I thought that they did a very good job with the effects and all. Like I was kind of blown away. The part with him jumping out of the car at the end, it's a cool idea. But there are some instances where I'm like, that looks like effects. And that was one of those instances.
Yeah.
I think that Amitabh Bachchan looks great. I think that the costumes are cool. I'm definitely intrigued. And I'm saying all this without having understood a lick of dialogue. So,
yeah, this is just based off of all vibe, looks, and all of that. I think it is really ambitious. I mean, it's huge. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this out of India. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I
don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
The thing that I'm a little bit concerned, Jabby, I am literally this close to like
Huge.
taking my microphone and smacking you
Go
on the
for
head.
it. Go. No, I'm talking about the video.
Oh, sorry. My concern is like, is the Indian audience ready for this? Do you know what I mean?
Are you joking or are you genuine right now?
No, I'm genuine. Like, I know that there's a large group of Indian audience that is probably like, yeah, duh. Like, we've been watching all of the sci-fi and like high concept, stuff. Like, we love sci-fi, we love superheroes, we love all of that.
Well, I was just about to say, because with the superhero stuff, they've explored sci-fi. Avengers is huge in India.
Right, exactly.
So-
But I'm just like, okay, so I know that there's a large group of people that love this stuff and will eat it up. But I'm also like, okay, but is the general population ready for this coming out of India?
I think you put Amitabh Bachchan in an action film, it's probably going to do better.
Probably, yeah. I hope so.
And Prabhas is pretty big,
I think pretty big is an understatement, but yes,
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, they've been smart with the casting to cast like superstars from like across India. It's truly pan-Indian.
How did the other one do? Where he, was best friends with the guy and promised to protect him forever, and it got split up into 2 movies, I think. He made a promise, remember? And then he's like,
Who is he?
Prabhas.
Oh yeah. That movie did really well.
Okay.
Salar.
So there you go. So, I mean, he's got star power. So
True.
So the thing that, and you got not Kalki.
Deepika.
You got Deepika in there. But what I was the critique I have is, you're aiming for this Star Wars-esque, Dune-esque thing, right?
Yeah.
And some of the music is cool. Like it's got this vibe, this kind of tribal vibe sound to it sometimes. But there are other instances where the music sounds like your standard pop song that you'd put in an Indian movie trailer. And it's like, okay, this is not the time to do that, in my opinion. Like, can you imagine if a pop song was used in a Dune trailer? It just was like kind of ruins the vibe a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
Or Star Wars, like if Justin Bieber or who's a popular singer right now, or popular Drake. If Drake's music was underscoring Dune or Star Wars, it would be weird. I don't know what the equivalent is here, but I heard some pop music in there. I'm like, no, don't do that now. That was my criticism that popped into my head. But then it switched over to something that had more of like that kind of, I don't know how to describe it. You're better at describing the music than I am, but that kind of tribal Indian sound with the drums and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was cool. Like, I thought that fit. If you're going for like an Indianified sci-fi epic, like that is music I would definitely put in there for sure.
Yeah.
And I heard a little nod to Dune in the music as well.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Samesies.
all right.
I heard a little nod to Wonder Woman too. Just me.
I don't know where you got that.
Okay. Da, da, da. Anyway, it's super epic, and I really hope that the world building is also really great, because it looks like they've gone to painstaking efforts to have all of this cool stuff, like with the costumes, with the way the world looks, with the gadgets, the cute little robot that I'm obsessed with.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Budgie, I think is his name.
I think some of the vehicle designs. I think some of the vehicle designs are pretty cool. All around, it looks like a fun, epic, sci-fi action piece. I'm definitely intrigued, to say the least. I don't know that Prabhas's character is that different from his characters that I've seen him do before.
Fair.
In the heroic moments, like he's got that kind of goofy relationship with the robot.
Yeah,
that's different. That's the one area where it's like, okay, I haven't really seen him do that. Well, it's not 100% true. When he was opposite of Tamana Bhatia in Bahubali, he was kind of talking to her like he's talking to the robot. The way he plays with her.
I think with Prabhas, he's such a huge actor. He's such a huge name.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's huge.
Huge. Anyway, it's almost like he has a reputation that he has to live up to. Like he always has to play the hero, and there's a certain type of vibe that you have to have when you're a hero. And maybe at some point further along in his career, he'll get to experimenting more. But right now, he's full on in his hero era.
Yeah. I think the reason why I brought up Prabhas' character not feeling too different, and maybe, like you're saying, he needs to stay in that realm for the audience. The reason I brought that up is just because, you know, when you have Star Wars characters or Dune or Lord of the Rings or any of those epics, right? The characters, they don't feel necessarily like, when I watch Orlando Bloom as Legolas, right? I'm not thinking Orlando Bloom. I'm thinking Legolas.
Yeah, he becomes the character.
Yeah, and anyone in those movies, even I brought him up, Gandalf,
Gandalf.
or Frodo, or any of them. It's like, I know those are actors, but I'm just looking at characters. And that's what it's like for me with Dune. And I'm not necessarily feeling that with Prabhas here. I'm seeing Prabhas participating in this universe. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Oh.
But saying that though, I guess on the other side of the coin, it could also be that at least with the Lord of the Rings movies, you've had 3 movies to really get to know those characters, like over 6 hours.
I vehemently disagree. But
I'm just offering that as,
a
devil's advocate.
Yeah.
A devil's avocado.
A devil's avocado. I strongly disagree with you, but I'll take it.
Whatever.
You guys, thanks so much for hanging in. I'm Jack.